I know this is a tough day for you, and because you were so close to Kobe. I'd like to find out what was your initial reaction when you heard what happened?
I was totally shocked. We were on the airplane, and I had dozed off, and somebody on the plane noticed that I had awakened, and they came over to me and told me the news. And, coming out of a deep sleep, I didn't know if I was dreaming or what. But after a while, it obviously sunk in that it wasn't a dream. It was reality, and it became all too unsurreal. It's really hard to wrap your head around something like that happened so suddenly. It's just a terrible, terrible, tragic.
Because you have known Kobe since day one, and you've seen him grow and mature into not only the great Hall of Fame basketball player that he is, but the terrific family man that he is, and businessman.
Oh, absolutely. I remember the 17-year-old, and it's just amazing, not only the growth in his overall character as a person, but just the way he developed a sense of wanting to help other people. Because when you're 17, you don't think about things of that nature. But as you grow and mature as a young man, those kind of thoughts hopefully enter your mind, which they did for him. And he was more than a basketball player. Even after his retirement, the adulations that he received regarding anything, whether it was his Oscar winning for the writing of his book. It was just amazing to see not a transformation, but a growth in Kobe from 17 to current.
Stu, what was the atmosphere like, and what was the talk like on the plane coming back after hearing the news among you and team members?
There wasn't really any talk. I think everybody was in shock. Everybody was just anybody that was up and walking was just moping around. Nobody was saying much. Everybody was in their chair. It was really a somber situation because you're helpless. You're helpless in the whole thing, but especially when you're in an aircraft, 25, 30,000 miles up in the sky. So, 30,000 feet in the sky. So it was a terrible, terrible way to have to find out, but I don't know if there is a good way to find out. And I just immediately got to thinking about Vanessa and Natalia and the whole family, and it was like, this is just horrible.
Stu, you have had a relationship with Kobe that few others have. And I'm wondering, because I know a lot of times you guys talked about basketball, you talked about life, you talked about just growing up into the wonderful man that he was before he left us.
Yeah, that's true. The guy was he was special, almost like a son to me. He was a very special person. He didn't hesitate to talk to me about the game itself. What he was experiencing, whether it was an injury, and the amount of times that he would play after everybody would tell him not to play, and it's just ironic how today's game, people are just looking for excuses not to play, and he ran away from every excuse not to play and played anyhow. He was the ultimate competitor. I remember as a rookie. We were, I think, Detroit or something his rookie year, and there was a practice, and he was on the second team, and his team lost, and he sat on the other side of the floor, and I walked over there, and there was like tears coming out of his eyes. Right then, I knew what kind of a competitor he was. It was a practice. It was a little scrimmage in a practice, and he took it as if it was the NBA Finals. He was that type of a competitor. That type of a winner.
And I also remember when the Lakers were playing in Utah, and the first half was just really atrocious. And at halftime, Kobe said, just to show how much of a competitor he is, he said, listen, if you guys are scared to win, get out of my way, I'll win it myself. You remember hearing about that story?
Oh yeah, I mean that's the way he approached it, though. I mean, if he really thought you were with him, alongside him, could go through the battle with him, he would do everything for you. But if he felt that you had any doubt, then he would say, people would say, well, he wouldn't pass the ball to so and so. Well, maybe it's because he didn't see that conviction in so and so, and he felt that he knew that he could do it himself, and that's what he would try to do.
And how do you think Laker fans and basketball fans, because whenever Kobe showed up at an arena, whoever was playing, their game stepped up tenfold because they wanted to impress him.
Oh, absolutely. The opponent always came with their A-plus game when Kobe was in the building. There was no question about it. It didn't matter whether it was the 17-year-old Kobe, the 25-year-old Kobe, or the Kobe that scored 60 points on when he was 37 years old. So, I mean, it was always the same thing because they knew what was in his heart. In his heart, it was about winning and winning and winning. So they knew that if they wanted to be successful, they better bring more than what they would bring to any other game.
And there'll never be another one like Kobe again.
Well, they say never, but I just can't imagine. Another player with the same complete makeup of Kobe Bryant. I'm not just talking about his mental makeup, and we all know he got the name Mamba for a reason. But I'm talking about the physical makeup. I mean, his skill level. I mean, it was unbelievable. He had no weakness on the basketball court. I mean, he could do absolutely everything, and that there's not many people that you can say that's played the game of basketball that you can say that about. But Kobe Bryant was definitely that one.